This video explains how to play Scorpion as fast as possible. Scorpion is strong up close and in the neutral, and especially full screen, because full screen, he controls the entire screen by throwing spears. There's no downside to him throwing spears, and he can teleport on a reaction as soon as someone throws a projectile. The teleport converts into full combo. Scorpion does not really have a meta variation. What I recommend is simply having the teleport cancel, which is 2 slots, and then having something else. It doesn't matter, whatever you prefer. I prefer the demon dash because I like having a reversal punish. It punishes things that wouldn't be punished otherwise. Although this has been significantly nerfed, it still works though. It used to be completely broken. With Scorpion, when you're up close, 1-1 is an amazing stagger because the difference between this and the non-stagger is really difficult to see. It is also an auto shimmy, I would argue, the meaning that people let go of block thinking that you're grabbing because the arms extend, and this looks very much like a grab. So when you're up close, you want to stagger the 1-1 pretty often. You can do 1-1, 1-1, or just 1-1 and 2 down 1. You can continue your attack with other strings as well, but 1-1 is something that you definitely want to stagger. Keep in mind it's -6, it's not plus, but because of the animation, you're at a significant advantage. 4-3 is completely unreactable in terms of a stagger. It's -2 only, and it's a hard animation to react to. This means that you can simply abuse 4-3 the entire time. People are going to be scared to take back their turn because if they interrupt and guess wrong, they're going to get crushing blow, which leads to a full combo. Since this is -2, this means that you can abuse things like 4-3 and 2 down 1, 4-3 into grab. Look at how quick that grab was. 2-1 has plus frames, +2. This means it's still your turn. It creates a little bit of spacing, as you can see, which means that you're able to quickly backdash and whiff punish with back 1 if they respond with a poke. When you do back 1, make sure to never end with 1, back 1, 4, 1, because it's -15, which means it's punishable. The only time you want to end with the string is if you have no offensive bar and you're just trying to end, because otherwise you would have to end with something else, right? Like this, or any other attack that you have, which should be fine, but you'd usually get a bit more damage with this compared to something like this, right? 128 damage compared to 103 and 103, of course, right? On block, always end like this with 3. It's -5, it's safe. You can't do anything. These are not the types of frames that allow you to abuse things. So don't mash after this. Don't try to go for a down 1. It's not good enough. So just make sure that you block. You're going to have to deal with some pressure here, but that's the way it is. 4-4-2. This overhead here is unsafe, -2. This is not a good one to stagger. Don't do this and think you're going to be able to backdash and do back 1-4. You might get away with it once or at a low level, but as soon as you start playing someone that's half competent, you're going to get punished for that. So when you go for the 4-4-2, you're going to have to end with 3, which is -8. Be careful. A lot of characters have a standing 1 that is 7 frames, and if they buffer their inputs, they will punish you. So this is not a very, very safe move, depending on who you're playing. Not everyone has a standing 1 that starts in 7 frames. If you're facing another Scorpion, for example, he's going to have a standing 1 that's 7 frames. Here you go, 7 frames. This means that you're going to have to keep this safe by canceling your teleport, which is only possible if you have the teleport cancel, which is why I recommend it. And when you're canceling, you're at an advantage here. It costs 1 bar of meter, but we know that Scorpion is really good full screen. You can throw a spear right here. You have the full screen pressure, essentially. Speaking of teleport canceling, this is pretty fast, but on reaction, someone's able to punish you because your recovery is 30. But it's hard to react to, right? The animation makes it a little bit difficult to react to, so you're going to get away, oftentimes, with being first and being able to do something like a grab or a poke. Just keep in mind that the normal teleport is a high. And this cancel here, well, it's just a cancel. So this means that if someone reacts with a down 4, for example, or a down 1, you're always going to get hit first. So you have to be a little bit unpredictable when you're using this. Some good techs are to simply cancel it and go into the back 1. You can cancel it and go to something unreactable, like back 3, for example. That is unreactable online. Which, let's talk about back 3. So it's 22 frames. Online, this will open you up. It's unreactable. You're not going to react to this online. Not at all. And it's safe, -5. So this means that sometimes you can get a down 1 in. Because since they're forced to block high, they have to take time to crouch and then poke. So that would be like smart mashing. It's just the back 3 into the down 1. Unless you're playing a good player, you're going to be able to get away with this online often. When you get a little bit more advanced and you have the cancel variation, you can start going for things like 4-3 into this here. This is hit confirmable. You just input it all, you react to it, hitting it or not, and if it doesn't hit, you stop right here, And if it actually does hit, you just let it rip, right? It's very difficult. It's for highly advanced players, but it is what it is. Alright, 2-1, like I mentioned. 2-1 staggered is plus. This means it's still your turn. You can get a guaranteed down 1 in, because since this is +2, this used to be 7. 7 minus 2 equals 5, so this is the fastest poke ever. No one can beat this. The fastest poke is usually 6 frames. But now yours is indirectly becoming 5 frames. When they finally respect that you're going to go first, you can't abuse things like the grab. You can abuse slower moves like 4-3. And of course, like I showed you earlier, you can always backdash and do other sorts of things. 2-1, 2 is plus 7. You're guaranteed to hit. The problem is here, you have to be very careful not to get interrupted, because this is completely interruptible. Someone can punch you out of this while you're in the air. Be careful. Standing 2 here is +3, so this means it's still your turn to hit. This is a good stagger. You can abuse it, right? And that pretty much covers how to play Scorpion. Use a lot of back 3s and a lot of 4-3s if you want to win at all costs, because this is an unreactable stagger, this is an unreactable overhead, so he has a mix-up, right? You can start with the low, and then when you're blocking low all the time because you're scared of this, he comes over with the overhead. Make sure you grab a lot after the 4-3. People tend to respect the 4-3 because of the follow-up, so with grabs, that is how you open people up with Scorpion. Alright guys, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, peace.